it actually made me cry a little bit, which this book hasn't done yet.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
I thought I was done crying and then I started reading again. Welcome to a new vlog. So I am starting Kingdom of Ash and I am so excited for this series to end and see how it ends. So I've just started, like literally just started before I go out. So I'm like 24 pages in or something, but I'm already so excited because Rowan is like tearing the place up trying to find Aelin, and you just know this is gonna go so hard. So yeah, very, very excited to start this and see where it goes. Like, I can't believe it's almost 1,000 pages. I didn't quite clock how big this was in compared to the rest of the series, because so far the longest ones have been like 680 odd pages, but this is literally almost 1,000. So we basically have a whole other book in here. Like, what? But yeah, very, very excited. So yeah. Hi, I'm back. I really thought I'd updated before this, but I'm 300 pages in and I have some thoughts. So the first one, I did not twig before that Damaris is a truth-telling sword. Like, I know. Yeah, I did not twig that Damaris was a truth-telling sword until now, and well, until like earlier in the book. So I was thinking, like, you know who else has a truth-telling sword that they literally call truth teller? Asriel from Akatar. So, like with many other thoughts, I don't know if that will come back to us, but I found it really interesting. Other thing which I mentioned in like which I mentioned in like one of my first vlogs in the series was Nox. So Nox was one of the like thieves that was also in the competition with Aelin at the very start, and I said it, I called it, I knew he'd be back. No, stop it. I'm really glad he is, and he seems to still be a G. Like, he knows it's not Aelin, and yet he's not gonna tell Darrow, which you want? Which he easily could, so I'm really glad for that. But it is kind of sad, like when he initially arrived in that tent, I was like, oh no, because, you know, Aelin's not there. But it's fine. So yeah, I'm excited to see their reunion. And I'm also, I'm also starting to get quite annoyed at Aiden. Like, I think his anger is justified to an extent, but I'm just getting bored of it now. Like, I think he's just sent Lysandra away into the snow barefoot, and like he's mad at her, and I get it, like it's putting him in such a hard position, but at the same time he's being a little bit so yeah, that's annoying me a lot. I'm also really glad Aelin's been saved. I think I was starting to get really frustrated and like bored of her chapters. Like, bored is a really strong word, but I think there's only so much torture you can read. And like Fenris not being able to kind of talk to her, like the bond between them is really sweet and I really like that. But I was just getting a bit like, okay, can you just save her now? Like, we know it's gonna happen, so can we just skip to that? But I understand it's really important for her character. But I also, like, I don't know, like part of me thinks that if they were to truly torture her, they would have done the more serious things earlier. Because Maeve wants the information, and I don't necessarily understand why they kept healing her. Like, when she gets back to them, she's like perfect. I'm like, in my head, she should be grotesque, right? She should be like carved up still and in an awful way, because that is how, you know, Maeve would want to take everything from her. So I feel like there's a little bit of plot magic there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what comes next. I've just remembered something else that I forgot to mention yesterday when I last updated, and I'm still about 300 pages in, is I kind of expected to feel more emotion when interacting with some of the like famous quotes from the series. Hi Luna. So obviously, being online, I've seen a lot of people like post that fire heart, why do you cry, and you do not yield. And Luna, get down baby. I don't know, I just expected to feel more when those moments came about. So I think about 100 pages into this book, maybe more, Aelin has this vision of her mother because she is so kind of exhausted and broken down. And her mother asks her, Fireheart, why do you cry? And it is this really emotional moment, but I don't know, it just didn't hit me like I thought that phrase would. Part of me wonders, sorry, she showed you whole there, I might cut that. Part of me wonders if it'll come back at a more emotional moment, like maybe if, I don't know, later in the book it will really kind of come into being. And the You Do Not Yield as well, I thought that would be about Manon, because I get it for Aelin and it's important in that moment, in that like torture, that she doesn't yield. But because they've been talking about the yielding for the witches, I think that it'll come back then. But yeah, I don't know, I think part of being online and having seen like various things from this series before but without any context, I do think it's ruined moments for me. There we go, Luna. Well done, you said hi. Because I don't know, I'm like, oh, that's that bit, and it kind of takes me out of the moment a bit, because I'm like, oh, that's what people have told me will get me, you know? She just really wants to say hi, guys. You want a pet? There we go. I hope that wasn't too loud. So yeah, I was just quite surprised, I guess, that I didn't feel as much as I wanted to for it. But yeah, I hopefully will update you tomorrow. We're about to go out to dinner, which feels like so often happens, but I think partly I also update a lot before I go out for dinner because I have makeup on then. So I'll do my makeup and then I'll update and then I'll be like, right, I gotta go now. But yeah, I will update you in the near future. Goodbye. Don't show hole again. I have another update, and my update mainly consists of the fact that Manon is so cool. I want to be her when I'm older. Like that scene where she was fighting her grandmother and the other Iron Teeth leaders was so cool. I love her so much. Aelin is also a beast. She's just had like her huge power surge, finally kind of releasing that pressure on her magic, and she just like decimated, and she's so cool. But I love Manon. So on page 425, Aelin has this breakdown that I found so relatable. It actually made me cry a little bit, which this book hasn't done yet.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
And I think that it's because, you know, there's this one thing she says where she says, even now I feel like someone has ripped me from myself, like I'm at the bottom of the sea and who I am, who I was, is far up at the surface and I will never get back there again. And I feel like so many people can relate to that in so many different ways. So yeah, I just found that really powerful. And yeah, for lots of reasons. Other thing is, Alien is pissing me off, which I think I said before, but when Lysandra clapped back at him after she got seriously hurt, I was like, go off, queen, go off, I don't even care. Like, if they end up together at the end of this, like, I want them to, don't get me wrong, because I really like them together when they're good, but this book has been terrible for them. So yeah, I'm excited to see what will happen with them, because I feel like they're both just being idiots. And Alien has a lot of groveling to do, I'll tell you that much. And the final thing I wanted to update on, because this is where I have just left off last night, I'm about 500 pages in, is that Dorian has gone to Morath and he has taken the weird keys with him. And I only see two possible outcomes for this. This is either the greatest play of all time, or it's going to go terribly, terribly wrong. And I don't know which way it's going to go. So yeah, I am nervous. I'm very, very nervous. Oh, I'm also loving the relationship between Aelin and Fenris since they've come back. And I'm really glad that Sarah J. Maas has kind of dug into that and shown this bond between them, because it is a huge trauma bond. But yeah, also Alide's a G. She raced through the battlefields and that was pretty incredible. So yeah, really enjoying this book. There's a lot of battles though, I feel like every other chapter is a battle, and I'm really nervous about how the rest of them are going to come and save Adrian and the Bane, because I just don't know how that can happen with the current standing of everything, and I feel like they're going to get murked. So yeah, we'll see. One thing that I really dislike within books is inconsistencies when it comes to power. And Dorian is with Maeve at the moment, and he's just transformed back into a human. And he's talking to her and he's trying to suss out if she's telling him the truth. And he says Damaris's warmth did not falter. But when Lysandra and Falcon shift back to human, they're always naked. So how does he have his sword? I don't understand. Unless it's because he's not a natural shifter. But then that still doesn't make sense, because his power learned from a shifter. Well, from Serene, but yeah, that bugs me. I won't lie. Okay, what the fuck is Dorian doing? For real. He's going to marry Maeve. Surely not. Surely not. He must have a plan of alien proportions, because no. Okay, Dorian did have a plan, and it was a plan of alien proportions, and it was satisfying, but I am low-key disappointed they didn't kill Maeve, so. But I'm enjoying it. We'll move on. I did not expect the 13 to do this. Okay. I think Menon and the 13 have really been like one of my favourite parts about this series, so to be expected. But yeah, I thought I was done crying, and then I started reading again, and everyone brought down white flowers. What the fuck? I cried again. When Aelin kind of confirmed that she was never gonna let Dorian do it, and went with his father instead, I cried. But we've just got to this bit where she's like passing through the worlds, and she says she passed through a world where a great city had been built along the curve of a river, the buildings impossibly tall and glimmering with lights. Is that Crescent City? Is that? I don't know. Luna, do you know? Suspicious. And then immediately after it, she passed through a world of snow-capped mountains under shining stars. Passed over... Wait... She passed through a world of snow-capped mountains under shining stars, passed over one of those mountains where a winged male stood beside a heavily pregnant female gazing at those very stars, Fae. They were Fae, but this was not her world. The winged male, beautiful beyond reason, snapped his head towards her as she arced across the starry sky. He lifted a hand as if in greeting. A blast of dark power... What? I'm gonna have to reread that in a minute, but that sounds like Rysand. Does it not? Hello? Luna, are you hearing this? I'm so confused, I'm so confused, I'm so confused. Helping me through all of this emotional turmoil is Luna. My baby Lunafer. Good girl. I finished Kingdom of Ash last night. Or more accurately, it finished me. This book is so good. I don't think I'll ever get over that final battle in the 13. I've been watching TikToks this morning of Throne of Glass. Like, I've had loads of things saved as I've been reading this series that have popped up online, and I've quickly just saved them and scrolled past. But some of them made me cry so much this morning. And I just had to put it down and be like, no, I'm not looking at this anymore, I'm not looking at it. But yeah, I really loved this. I think some final thoughts are that Lysandra carried every single battle she was in so hard. Like, they would have been screwed if not for her. Like, I don't know if it was just, that was intentional, or that whenever there was a gap in the battle, Sarah J. Maas just kind of was like, oh, and then Lysandra turns into this and saves the day. But she literally carried. They would have died so early on if not for her. So she's iconic, love her. And I got really emotional when she was walking into Aelin's coronation and like everyone was staring at her, but it was because like she's so cool. So yeah, just incredible. I think one other thing though that I found slightly unrealistic, but obviously it's fantasy and, plot magic, is that all of the main characters survived. I mean, the 13 didn't, but I think they weren't main characters like everyone else was. So I think it was just kind of unrealistic that not a single person of the main people died. I don't know, like, I'd love to see people do that more often. You know, like, take that risk and kill off a main character. But yeah, really, really loved this series. I think this book is probably my favourite in the series. And I don't know, like, I think early on in the series I got quite emotional, like with Queen of Shadows, but I hadn't really felt that same like emotional connection until reading this. But yeah, just phenomenal. I really don't know what else to say about it. It's just very, very good. I do want to read it again one day, not soon. It's quite an undertaking. I think it's taken me like 2 months, if not more, to read it. But yeah, love it. I am excited now to watch the Call Her Daddy interview though. So I might update with some thoughts after I've watched that, because I'm hoping to watch it today while I pack for going to Greece and the UK. So yeah, maybe I will update you after I've watched that with any thoughts or theories. Okay. It has been easily over a month since I finished Kingdom of Ash and signed off this vlog saying that I was going to watch the Call Her Daddy interview and then did not do that. So I have just watched it and I really enjoyed it. I think I couldn't quite get into it at first. I tried to watch it when I was back in the UK and it just didn't work for me. But I just watched it while I made a banana bread and waited for that to cool down. So yeah, I have so many thoughts. But my main thought is I am so excited for the next ACOTAR book. And I don't know, I have a theory. I think, like, I've been seeing theories online, obviously. I am on the More train. I think it'll be about More. I don't know why. There was just something she said, and like, I don't know, she kind of alluded to something taking her by surprise as she was writing it, like from the POV. And I was like, I just don't know if it'll be about Elaine. I think it could be about More. Especially with it needing to be such a big book in 4 parts in a trilogy, essentially, because it's that big. I think it'll be her. I don't know, but I'm so intrigued. Also, when Alex Cooper asked, "Where's Vaughn?" I laughed so much because, like, I completely forgot about that man. Like, totally. I had to pause it and be like, who the hell is Vaughn? And because, like, I've not read Crescent City in a while, I was like, is he from Crescent City? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this man. I forgot about that part of the cadre. So yeah, that was really interesting. Another thought, and I made a TikTok about this a while ago, about not liking Rysand because of how he dealt with Feyre's pregnancy. And honestly, I get what she's saying about the perspective of writing from her own trauma surrounding her birth, but I stand by it. But I think that is because I'm coming to it from a perspective of, I would hate if my husband did that to me. And I get what she's saying, like, they have flaws, etc. But I just really didn't like that. So, and I get, like, you know, to Feyre it might not matter as much. In the story it doesn't matter. But I just can't quite get over it. It also helps that I didn't really like Feyre and Rysand anyway. But, so yeah, those are my thoughts. And in the, like, month or so since I finished Kingdom of Ash, I keep wanting to reread it so badly. I think the more time, like, it was an immediate 5-star read anyway, but the more time it's had to marinate within me is, like, I get so emotional. For about, like, 2 weeks after, I'd see so many TikToks, so many reels using the audio from the books, pointing out things from the books, and I would cry every single time because I just love it so much. I think Kingdom of Ash especially is the best, like just by leagues. But yeah, I love this series. I think it might have overtaken Crescent City as my favorite in the series, in the like in her, I was gonna say discography, but my brain is melting in this heat. But yeah, it's my favorite of her series so far, I think. I do absolutely love House of Earth and Blood, so I'm gonna have to reread Crescent City soon, I think. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Finally signing off from this vlog, even though I haven't published any of the other ones except for the first. I am struggling. I need to edit them, and it's gonna take so long. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next vlog series. Bye.